Hey, how are you guys doing today? Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Today I got a prep that for me is pretty high up on the list. We had this even before we prepped because we realized how important it really is to have. Something most people don't really have. I'm sure some do, but maybe I can shed a little bit of light onto what it is and why you should have it. Alright, so what's up everybody? Thanks for checking out this video. Check out the channel. That would be great. Any support for the channel is definitely awesome. And I do have to apologize right now. I am pretty far away from the microphone, so I'm going to bump up the volume a little bit, but it's going to sound a little funky in this area. But here's what I got. This little blue box is going to make your life so much nicer. This is what they call the JOOLCA hot tap. Now there are other imitators, if you will. Coleman makes one, things like that. I'm not sure of all the brands. I'm sure there's a few brands out there these days that make something similar to this, but this is the original. This is the go-to, and at the time that we bought this about 5 years ago, really nothing touched it. It was just hands down the best one out there, and our experience with it, using this, is quite impressive to say the least. Very efficient on everything. So I don't know how that's going to compare to some of the other brands, but we have the JOOLCA. We're very happy with it, and I would recommend it. Obviously, I don't have any endorsements, just something that we have that I'd like to share with you guys. So let's go ahead and see what's in this box, see how it might be able to help you guys out, and let's take a look. All right, so we got this box right here. This is what they call the hot tap, made by a company called JOOLCA. J-O-O-L-C-A. It makes no sense, you can't really pronounce it correctly, but that's what they call their company. This is a company out of Australia. They do kind of camping related, outdoor related stuff. And a funny thing about this one, I got it for my girlfriend for Christmas. She really wanted it. I didn't really think we needed it until we had it. But I ordered this from, it wasn't Sydney, but it was from Australia. And it just happened to be a couple weeks after the whole shutdown of the shipping lanes. If you remember when ships were stuck out at port, they were waiting weeks and months to get in. There was no international movement, just everything was in a lockdown. That's when I ordered this. This took me 9 months to have it arrive at our doorstep. Now, ridiculous. After I ordered it, they sent me an email. They were in contact with me through email in Australia saying, hey, this is what's going on. I'm sure everybody knows about it, but it's going to be delayed. We're only looking at about a week right now. You know how that goes. And then they realized that they were so screwed on getting their shipments out and getting the orders to their customers that they just started having fun with it. And I would get emails about a story of a man named me that was on this search for a package. And I'm going around the world and I'm taking little dinghies out to cargo ships out in the ocean looking for the package and all this stuff. And it must have been about 10 different emails on this storyline about me getting my package. Now, as dumb as that might sound, in a time when you are extremely pissed off that you just spent a considerable amount of money, these have come down in price, but you spent all this money and you're not getting the product. You're not getting it next month. You're not getting it in 6 months. You know, they made it a complete enjoyable experience to have placed an order through that company, and I praise them very highly for that, and they did a very good job. They did a lot of work on it while everything was shut down. They really focused on keeping their customers happy, and very, very awesome. Therefore, anytime I got the opportunity to buy JOOLCA brand, I'm going to jump on it. I don't care that much about how much more it might cost or anything like that, even though I think they are top-notch quality. Now, you don't have to order these in Australia anymore. You can get them through Amazon, and they have warehouses, I believe, around the US where you'll be able to pick these up in other products from the company much easier than you were able to 5 years ago or so. So they make it a little bit easier for you, but definitely high props on the customer service, the ownership, the way the company handles things. Man, I wish more companies were like that. I really do. Okay, so this is the JOOLCA Hot Tap. What is this? This is a water system made to be off-grid. What it is basically, everybody's heard about instant hot water heaters. That's basically what this is. And you can tap into almost any water source, whether, I don't even know if you can tap into like a city water or something like that, but why would you need it at that point if you can just use your shower or the sink or something like that? But water jugs, water containment, 5-gallon buckets, pond, river, lake, ocean, anything that has a water source, you'll be able to pull the water from this to be able to take care of what you need to take care of. So let's go ahead and take a look at it and see what's inside this box, and I'll show you what I'm showing you. All right, so I'm going to be back on this view so you can get a view of the table here. I will do my best to show you guys everything. So first off, we have a couple lids with plenty of something all over it. It's got a little funky smell. Yeah, I think I just got a little dirt in the hose and stuff too. But these are actually a functional thing. The lids come off. You're going to use them in a little bit. Actually, I am just going to, let's do this. Slide it over. It's going to be a little bit out of sight, but I'll be able to take out everything that I need to take out. All right, so this piece here, I believe, is a faucet. So we're going to have some different things in here. Now keep in mind, I have not looked at this in at least 5 years. And I didn't even set it up the first time, so this will technically be my first time setting everything up. So yeah, so it's going to be a power cord, DC adapter for your car. Pretty simple, easy. I'm just going to set this aside. Hose number one blue hose. Okay, got a little packet still with it. It's got the user guide, how to use all the different utensils and all the different things that come in here. Because it does do a couple different things, so still got all the information for that, but I'm a dude, so I ain't gonna read it. So let's just go ahead and get this out. She's a dirty. So here we go, got one more blue line. I'm gonna get this dusted off a little bit. Alright, so this, you're gonna have a handle. So you'll be able to hang this up in a tree. It's got slits back here. I don't know if it has the mounting systems, but I've seen people mount these up against walls and stuff like that. But this is going to be the main unit. This is the hot water heater. Now we got red hose. Red hose. A very long blue hose. This is going to be a water pump. that should, uh-oh. With dead batteries in it, I think this takes D-cell batteries, or you can plug it in with this cord right here that I showed you. But this has some weight to it, so I believe it has the batteries in it. Here we have, you can see it right there. This is going to be a filter that you can put on the end of the hose. Also with, I think it's going to go this way, a little cap that can go on it. And that's just going to keep some of the bigger stuff away from it, because you can throw this right into a sludgy pond or any pond, lake, or something like that. It's going to have a whole bunch of sediment, leaves, branches. This is going to keep some of the bigger stuff out, or if you know it's going to be cleaner water, you can run it straight. This has a propane regulator. And then we're down to, there's no more parts in here, but aha. All kinds of stuff. So we have this. I believe, nope, it is backwards. Okay, I think it was time to go ahead and back it up a little bit, but here we go. So this kind of clicks into place right here, and this is going to be the stand for your heater system. And it's going to allow you down on the bottom down here to be able to run all your lines, your hoses, your water, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down for now. It has gotten a little bit bent up here. Been a little bit rough. Like I said, it's been about 5 years since this thing has even seen light, and I have never hooked it up before again. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. So the rest of what's in here is a whole lot of bugs, which I'm going to dump out. Got some Arizona beetles that probably aren't good to sit here, but yeah, this thing, I mean, it's dirty. But I got a couple plugs here. There's a drain hole right there, obviously. You can see that. That'll go in the drain hole, and there's also a quick plug that you can just go ahead and yank on out. So, I told you these things, the two lids, are going to come in handy again. Let me show you something. They just click on, nice and easy, just like this. It's going to be kind of hard to do it this way. But yes, there you go. It's on. All right. So that is going to turn into your sink if you would like to use a sink. Now, one of the first things that I brought out is this piece right here. This is actually a faucet that will slide directly in there. And just like that, you got yourself a sink. Okay, so now we got this. I had to shut off my hoodie because, well, it's just a little bit too warm. It's going to be dropping down in the 50s, but I'm just not feeling it here in my garage right now, so I wanted to shut that off. So the next thing that we're going to do, 2 long hoses. This one is going to go to the water source, wherever that may be. And everything is color coordinated. Down on the bottom you got a blue, red, and brass. Blue is cold intake water, red is going to be your output, brass is going to be your propane. So I'm going to run this down underneath. Alright. while I had to untangle it. It's been a little bit, but it's kind of nice. These are quick disconnects. You just pull it back, slide it on, let go, snap, and you're good to go. So that one is on. Here's the long red one. That one is on as well. Lots of spiders here. Now this one is not a quick connect for the propane. Well, this might be a quick connect after all. Put this over on its side. Put this puppy in here. Yes, quick connect for the propane as well. All right, so there is that. As you can see, I have a very small jackery. This is a jackery 240. Quite small, quite tiny. It does the job quite well. You got a full charge on this. It's gonna last you a long time. We went for 3 weeks. We were showering about every other day with 2 people, and I think we just had to put a little bit of a charge on this thing. So yeah, a week for a couple people every other day or something like that, you're gonna be good to go. These things also hook up to solar, so you can easily do that. So right now I just have 15% on here, so I'm not gonna be pushing it too much, but just for an example, I'm gonna go ahead and hook that up. So with that said, I got the charging cable, not a charging cable, but it's the power cable for the pump. I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in the jackery first. This plugs right onto the bottom. Now I need to get power. There we go. Took me a second to get it working, but so this is working. Now it should have a direction of flow. There's your direction of flow. So that is where these are going to come in handy. Actually, I think I messed up a little bit here. Just going off of logic and being a dude, I am going to disconnect this. This is going to be from the water source over here. I know you can't really see it too good. This is going to be coming out of the water or out of the pump into the system. All right, so there we go. We got that set up so far. We have the sink set up. JOOLCA, everything connected down here at the bottom, even though they seem kind of loose, but we'll see how that goes. Got the pump set up, ready to go. Now we just need some propane. Look at that, always got one handy. All right, so now we have a water source. So you can kind of see how the system's set up now. We got the black line coming down to the propane. Got the blue line coming in here, which I am not going to drop in quite yet. And we have the red line that's going to go to the source. So this red line, I'm going to bring around. Now I got the quick connect right there going into the faucet. I'm going to all right, now I'm going to go ahead and throw this on. This is the filter and the guard. So I'm just going to stick this on and go like that, just for demonstration purposes. Don't need it. This is water out of my tub right here, but now I'm just going to drop that in. Now this can be, like I said, any water source that you can come across. Even if it's got some chunky stuff in it or whatever, it's gonna filter it out. Whether you're gonna wanna bathe in that or wash your dishes in that, that's gonna be up to you. But got my water source, propane on. All right, let's see if we can fire this thing up. Okay, well, I would like to point this out. I couldn't get power to it and I'm still kind of having some issues, but there's this pack right here. It feels kind of like a button, like that. But actually, whenever you release it and bring it out, it's got a couple D cells. Now we took the batteries out of it. You definitely never want to store batteries in anything, but I can only find one battery and they're probably dead after all this time, especially being it's been sitting for a long time. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these back in, click the batteries in. Get this back on, turn the propane back on. Now there's a little button right here, it says JOOLCA. Some simple technical difficulties. Basically, I didn't have the quick connects all the way in. They were kind of halfway in and it locked, but I need to push them all in. Double check this one. The red one's leaking a little bit, but went through all the other connections and good to go. Put new batteries in it. I showed you about the batteries. Then you just come on here, if you can see, push that. It's saying no water flow, but it's going. You can, oh, it automatically shuts off. So all you do is fire it up. I have the pump going right now. I don't have a whole lot more water. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off just because it's taking some water. But I gave it a quick test to make sure that I had flow of water, because it was saying no water flow, but that's because I'm not using it and all that. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but let's take a look. So just kicking on. Yeah, look at that. So now you can, water's already hot. Turn it down to about 3/4 and it's not too hot. Let's go ahead and kick the temperature back up a little bit. All right, now it seemed like the flame went out. I know we had an issue with that before, that you should be able to see the flame in a little vent right here on the side of it. Full blast, the flame would go out. So let me try this again. Turn it down just a little bit. Hit the JOOLCA button again. I just saw the flame kick on right after I put the water on. 2, 4, 5, 6, it's already getting hot. 6 seconds, you got hot water. Whew. Instant hot water. So now, I am missing the part and we are going to have to hunt it down. You can hook, go ahead and shut that pump off. You can hook this up to a shower head. And they actually sell a full shower setup that you can have your own bathroom. You can have a crapper on one side, it's a 2-room. And everything is made to run all these lines through it with a holder for the actual spout that you have, your shower head. And it holds it pretty much perfect. For me, 6 foot tall, I was able to use it. And all you do is you have a little switch on the side, just soak yourself down, flip the switch. Lather yourself up, rinse yourself off, You can use less than a 5-gallon bucket easily for a full, beautiful hot shower in the middle of the winter outside in the woods next to a frozen stream. So yes, a little bit of a disaster as far as showing everything to you, but take the pump back on. I still have a little bit of water to go. Right now there's no flame. Click it on. Poof, the flame came on. And it's already getting hot. Absolutely an amazing system. It really is. And this is going to allow you to do your dishes. You got racks here to where you can put plates in. Everything's going to drain. Yes, these also drain to where you have a little slit down here. So while all your stuff is drying over on one side, it's going to drain into here. And however you want to do it. It's a sink. It's basically a sink. This will swivel around. You can turn it around to wash your dog, wash your boots off, wash off all that nuclear waste that's on your boots. You know, whatever you want to do. But yes, the JOOLCA hot tap, it was a little bit of a pain in the butt getting it together, but like I said, I've never put this together. I did have to learn how to get it fired. It automatically fires up. You just hit the button. Nothing happens. As soon as you turn the water on, it ignites the heater, starts kicking you out hot water in what, 6 seconds did we count? So absolutely wonderful. I've used 1% of the JOOLCA. And I've used about 4 gallons of water or so. I was flowing some water. I've got water all over the ground here, and I have 2 gallons at least inside this. So just making sure I had water flow and stuff for to make sure I just didn't come on here and make a complete ass out of myself, even though I made a little bit of an ass out of myself, but that's all right. I'm allowed to do that. But yeah, really all you need is a source of propane, which I'm going to turn off since I'm not using it. Lots of D-cell batteries. You're going to need D-cell batteries for this, and you're going to need D-cell batteries for your pump unless you have an external power supply. Like I have this little Jackery 240, I think it is. And that's a small one. So really anything that you can plug in DC to, AC, this one's set up as DC. Almost every one of these little power generators have a DC outlet in it. I think it just came with DC because it's obviously made for camping and off-grid. Where are you going to plug into a wall? So it's made for this type setup. Absolutely critical. I know this went on for a little while, but I started this video with saying that it's important for hygiene. It's important to be able to get a shower. You can even bathe yourself in this. I mean, really, you can just take yourself a sponge bath, fill it up with some hot water. This is still nice and warm in here. But to be able to bathe, brush your teeth, do all these different things. But showering, having clean utensils, clean dishes, make sure you don't get foodborne illnesses and things like that. It's gonna be good for your plates. Anything that you might have fat, if you got a nice fatty raccoon that you killed that you just grilled up and ate on your nice china, this is gonna help break it down. Soap is gonna be the most important thing to get fats off of plates, which will go rancid and can get you sick, but also hot water. So just a source of hot water anywhere in the world is a beautiful thing. An absolute beautiful thing. And therefore, I think this is an absolute must prep for anybody that just wants a little bit of a creature comfort or just to take the hygiene to a better level, more comfortable level, a little bit of a posh prepper thing, because this wasn't too cheap. I think we spent about $450 on this when we first got it. They're probably quite a bit cheaper now. And if you can't get the JOOLCA, there are Craftsman, Coleman, excuse me, make a similar thing. They don't have as extravagant as a setup as this, but they do work. It is going to provide hot water, and there's probably other companies out there too, but like I said, the customer service, the way that they run this company and the things that they did during COVID to comfort me while I was waiting for everything sold me for life. Anytime I can buy JOOLCA, I'm going to buy JOOLCA, and I highly recommend it to you guys because principle goes a long ways with a lot of the people that watch these videos. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. The JOOLCA hot tap, wonderful addition to your preps. Might I even say it's a must-have. So get one, check it out, play around with it, go take a shower in a parking lot somewhere, entertain your friends, enjoy it. I will talk to you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Any support for the channel is awesome, and I will talk to you guys next time. Peace.